Hey YouTube, welcome back. Nice to have you with us. And it's the Monday news night. In the news today, Cathie Wood price prediction. Bitcoin will be $1 million. Yes, you heard it, $1 million. The Bank of Canada holds rates despite surging inflation. 3 economic guarantees for 2022. I'm going to give you 3 guarantees. Yes. Biggest money mistakes, global lithium shortage, and Cathie Wood also price predicts Ethereum will be $180,000. And Ottawa invaded by unacceptable fringe minority. Oh, yes, I have trouble not laughing. And Justin Bieber buys a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT for 500 Ethereum. And how much to cost to produce a Tesla? How much does it cost? We're going to have a look at that today. So, important news in finance, crypto, and stocks that affects our day-to-day interaction with finance. Because being in the know is what makes a difference. The entire business world is a numbers game, and we need to learn that game and play it better than anyone else. Welcome to our subscribers. Thank you to those of you that have liked and subscribed. We appreciate you. And please leave us a comment. We'd really like to know what you think. And if you hit that bell, you'll get notified when we put out a new video. So, hey, it's Brad.
And I'm Rachel.
And it's Brad's Bread and Butter News Report, because you don't know what you don't know. As you already know, every Monday night at 7 during our live stream news show, you can receive $25 through the Wealthsimple Cash App when you subscribe, like, and leave a comment before the 30-minute mark of the video. At the 30-minute mark, I will randomly select one comment per live stream news show who will receive $25 from us every Monday, starting at 7 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time. So between 7 and 7:30, it's your time to subscribe, like, and comment to get your chance to win a free $25. Make sure you downloaded the Wealthsimple Cash app using the code in the link in the description below of this video. And not only could you have a chance for that, but you could also get $10. So everybody who downloads the app using that link will get $10 free. And you can withdraw that after 3 working business days. All right.
Great.
So what's in the news, Rachel?
Thank you. Ark Invest Management, the firm led by star fund manager Cathie Wood, predicts that Bitcoin prices could exceed $1 million by 2030. According to Ark's research, Bitcoin cumulative transfer volume increased by 463% in 2021, and its annual settlement volume has surpassed Visa's annual payments volumes. Also last year, Cathie Wood also predicted that Bitcoin would reach $500,000 by 2026. And her Ark Invest also expects Ethereum to soar over 7,200%. And Ark Invest is forecasting Ethereum will hit $20 trillion market cap by 2030. At the target, Ethereum would be priced at around $170,000 per coin. Even as crypto markets face turbulence, Cathie Wood's Ark Invest is making a bullish call on the price of Ethereum and Bitcoin in the news report last week.
All right. So, Shake Pay.
Shake Pay.
How much you got in there?
Oh, let's take a peek. I don't think I've shaken today, so we can see.
Really? Excellent. Let's look.
Yep.
What's your streak?
Probably not very good.
You forgot a day?
I sometimes I do, yeah. So right now I'm at $2.04. So I'm gonna boop boop boop. So I'm on a 2-day streak, it says.
There you go. Congratulations.
So I earned 110 Satoshis.
There you go. So you are earned Bitcoin.
Yes, I am.
So now you have $2 in there.
Yep.
If it goes up by 2030, 7,200%, how much would you have?
Oh, don't ask me that.
$14,000, girl.
Oh, I like that.
That's in 8 years.
Wow, that's pretty good.
So you are already on your way there.
I am on my way.
So does that encourage you to even put a little bit more in there?
It sure does.
Yeah. So I know one of the things you're worried about as a single mom is buying a house, right?
Yep. I've kind of given up on the pipe dream of owning a house one day.
Listen, Linda, listen.
Listen, Linda. Okay.
Yeah, don't get me started. But listen.
Yes.
7,200%.
Yes.
If you could put 1,000 in now, how much would that be?
7,000?
No, double that. You have $2.
Oh.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You put in $1,000, you would have 700,000. You could buy yourself a condo in 8 years.
Yes.
So there you go. See, it's not that far off. $7 million. If it goes up 7,000.
We just got our math corrected. We apologize.
$7 million. Now you could buy a Hollywood mansion.
So then I wouldn't have to invest 1,000. I could bring it down.
No. You missed the whole point of that story, girl. You missed the whole point.
The whole point is I could be rich.
Yes. And this is why, folks, I am so bullish, and I want you guys to understand why I'm doing this channel on crypto. So for those of us that have lost out, this is a huge chance for rebalancing.
For me, the main thing when it comes to stuff like this is the fear. The fear has me, and I.
But we're talking about $1,000.
Yes, you are.
$1,000. I'm not asking you to put your whole RSP in there.
Well, I would have to have $1,000 saved in order to do that. So we're getting there. We'll work on that one first, and then worry about investing after.
This is huge, folks. This is huge, and this is why we report on it.
Exactly.
Because if you can make a little sacrifice now, it's going to pay off huge for you in the end.
Okay, so the Bank of Canada surprised markets last Wednesday by keeping its key lending rate at 0.25%, while putting Canadians on notice that interest rates will eventually rise. So the bank decided to hold rates despite surging inflation and a stronger than expected economy recovery. Heading into the decision, Bloomberg data showed that implied probability of a hike on Wednesday was approximately 70%. We judged that it was appropriate to move forward in a deliberate series of steps. Bank of Canada Governor Tiff Macklem said during a press conference last Wednesday, the decision is consistent with our deliberate approach we've taken throughout this pandemic, and it also reflects the fact that Omicron is weighing on the economy as we speak. There's been a lot of uncertainty, and reopening the economy as the variant continues to reverberate through the economy and mutate has proven complicated. By being clear and deliberate, we're trying to cut the noise so monetary policy is more of a source of confidence and not another source of uncertainty. The bank will use its monetary policy tools to ensure that higher near-term inflation expectations do not become embedded in ongoing inflation. It is said that the statement, while adding that it expects interest rates to rise in the future, the Bank of Canada judged a fresh pandemic wave wasn't the opportune time to launch into a rate hike cycle, or just wanted to formally end its forward guidance before actually pulling the trigger, but left no doubts that rate hikes are coming, said Avery Shenfield, chief economist for CIBC Capital Markets, in a report to clients.
So, again, this one has me nervous.
Yeah.
If you have a variable rate mortgage, you know what that means?
No.
So you can, let's say you do your mortgage for 5 years.
Okay.
You can have what's called a fixed rate.
Oh, okay.
So you know what your rate is for the next 5 years.
Like we're talking interest rates.
Interest rate on your mortgage, yeah. So if you have borrowed $500,000,
okay,
you have a fixed rate of 2%.
Mm-hmm.
For the next 5 years, it doesn't change. It's 2%.
Okay.
If you have a variable rate mortgage, it's usually that figure that the government publishes. So right now it's 0.25%. Mm-hmm. And then the bank tax on something. So you heard about the 1% mortgage. Right?
Yeah.
But if the bank puts it up to 1.5% plus the 0.5%, now you're up to 2% mortgage. Mm-hmm. And we did a video on what that's going to cause for people.
Okay.
So go back in the videos and look what it's going to cost people.
Check it out.
Just for a 1% or a 2% raise on your mortgage rate, mm-hmm. people could start to lose their houses. Okay. And the Bank of Canada is saying this is the beginning.
Yeah.
So we got to see what happens with inflation. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So heads up, folks, could be coming.
Okay, guys, so as you already know, every Monday at 7 p.m. during our live stream shows, you can receive $25 through Wealthsimple Cash app. So when you like, subscribe, and comment before the 30-minute mark of this video, at the 30-minute mark, we're going to randomly select one comment per live stream show, and that person will receive $25 through the Wealthsimple Cash app. So each Monday, starting at 7 p.m. sharp, to 7:30 is your time to subscribe, like, and comment to get your chance at a free $25. Make sure you downloaded that Wealthsimple Cash app using the code in the description below. And when you download that app, you will receive $10 free. This $10 can be withdrawn within 3 business days.
All right. Well, I'm so proud of Canada right now. Mr. Trudeau, the unacceptable fugitive. It's being reported by Canadian broadcasters that Justin Trudeau and his family have left Ottawa for a safe location due to the immense size of the trucker demonstration starting in Ottawa. And he said this is just a small fringe of society.
And is he isolating because of the truckers or because he has COVID? I don't
As
know.
hundreds of thousands of protesters approach Ottawa requesting no lockdowns, no mandates, no vax passports, saying it's time to take back our country, our rights and our freedoms and our liberty. So there's so much at stake with this. A lot of people make it about the truck drivers. A lot of people make it about vaccines, whatever. But to me, it's just absolutely right that the government has trampled all over our freedoms and everything else. So, yeah, more than 50,000 truck drivers with their trucks stormed Ottawa last weekend, starting on Friday from all over Canada and the U.S. A lot of U.S. truckers, they went to 3 major Canadian boarding crossings to show their support for Canadian truckers. Thousands of pedestrians joined the truckers in their movement as they reached Ottawa Friday to challenge the COVID abuse vaccine mandate and the government overreach. Also, similar trucks convoys have been beginning now in Australia, France, and Brazil, and many other countries. Now, I know your favorite person here, Rachel. Mr. Trump even get in on it. So he praised the Canadian Truckers Convoy at his rally in Conroe, Texas. Former President Donald Trump endorsed the Canadian trucker protests in Ottawa, saying, "They are doing more for freedom than the U.S. leaders." Yeah, bite your tongue. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah.
The organizers of the Freedom Convoy have been calling for the elimination of COVID restrictions and an end to vaccine requirements for cross-border truckers. Okay, go.
I was just gonna say, like if Trump's agreeing, that worries me.
Oh, okay.
It just worries.
Yeah, well, even you don't, and I don't see eye to eye on
No,
this, but that's
we don't.
okay. We still love each other.
We do.
In Canada, from his secure location, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau condemned the protest, along with other senior members of the government. Sky News host Rita Panahi said the mainstream media are either ignoring the convoy or trying to misrepresent it. So the Liberal government is trying to picture this Freedom Convoy as a small movement, and they called it a fringe minority. Well, they had to move him. So it can't be that small in Ottawa. They had to take him out of his house. They were so worried. Just a few hundred trucks, he said, but the reality is far from being a small movement. The GoFundMe, which was open to help the truckers with food and diesel for their trucks during the manifestation, has now reached $8.1 million in donations. Now, you told me something
Yes, I did.
before the show that blew me away.
Yeah.
You think that $8 million won't cover their gas?
I don't think so. If it's 50,000 trucks, the price of diesel right now, it's
Wow.
not enough to cover.
So that shocked me. I mean, I'm not a trucker, but
yeah.
You work in it every day, so you would know.
Mm-hmm. And then plus they got to get back at one point.
Yeah.
they can't stay there forever unless they're buying a house. But
well, I have friends. I respect them. They're he's a real estate agent. She's a counselor, and they loaded up their horse trailer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice horse trailer. They have horses in the back and their campers in the front, a fifth wheel.
Yeah.
And they took it down to Ottawa just to serve like a kitchen for breakfast.
Yeah. No, there's been lots of support for them, which is nice to see. It's nice to see Canadians. And yeah, like I was watching it over the weekend on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, I was watching, taking a peek and seeing what people were doing, and honestly, they were just in their trucks, making racket.
And I'm
with
surprised
the
at how
honks,
peaceful it was.
that.
I mean, I know that wherever there's chaos, those idiots that want to show up and be idiots are there.
Yeah,
and they cause grief.
Yeah, there's always those few who want to show up.
Sadly for me, that's what Trudeau decided to focus on, rather than why people were there, and he's just totally ignoring it.
Well,
which I don't
honestly, I'm not really surprised that the government would just choose to, be like, look at these guys.
But Canadians normally, this is what shocked me.
Yeah.
Canadians normally roll over and just lay down.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like Americans.
Yeah. Our
cousins to the south. Y'all are strong people down there. But Canadians, we usually roll over and die. So I've been so proud of Canada that they finally stood up for something they want to stand up for. And so it's good. Well, guess who else made a comment? My favorite man, Elon Musk. He tweeted, Canadian truckers rule. And then today he made another one that I think is even funnier. Here's his tweet today. It would appear that the fringe minority is actually the government. So that's how out of touch I think Mr. Trudeau is with our Canadian people.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get it that he's the fringe minority now. People are tired. The Freedom Convoy started from 11 different places, 11 different locations, 11 different convoys. The longest of the 11 convoys was over 150 kilometers. All of them met in Ottawa, and they will be joined with 250 truckers from the U.S. who were able to cross the border. So, as you know, if you're not vaccinated, you can't cross. Yeah. So, just once again, folks, a reminder, as you already know, every Monday between at 7 p.m., our live stream news show, you can receive $25 through the Wealthsimple Cash App when you subscribe and leave a comment in the video. So before the 30-minute mark of this video, at the 30-minute mark, I will randomly select one comment from one of our subscribers on the news show who will receive $25 every Monday night between 7 and 7:30. It's your time to subscribe. So like and comment, and you could win $25. If you've downloaded the Wealthsimple app, Cash App, it's in the link in the description below of this video. And you can download that app and you will receive $10 from Wealthsimple as well if you do that. So do that within the next 3 days. You can withdraw that money then after 3 days. All right, your turn.
Free information about things that cost money with Rachel. Me. The rich don't work for money. The poor work for money. The rich have money working for them. In order to have your money working for you, you need to have more money than you need to pay your bills. So be proud for every dollar that you're able to put aside and make them work for you. We have a few, 5 to be specific, general rules for investing. Number 1, we must consider the acquisition of wealth to be a good and noble thing. You are not put on this earth just to pay bills and taxes. Believe me when we tell you there is more to life, but in order to get there, you have to be able to pay your bills and your taxes and then start to accumulate wealth, which is what we kind of already said with my situation. I got to work on that savings block before I can start trying to invest. So starting to accumulate wealth is the best thing you can do for yourself. This will put you into a better mental position and your confidence will get raised. Number 2, we must reject and abhor the allure of fast and easy money. I'm pretty sure you've heard the saying, easy come, easy go. And if you don't believe me, Google how many big lottery winners in a few short years are filing for bankruptcy. They, went and bought a giant house that they can't afford, or they bought cars or whatever. The only way for you to enjoy your wealth is for your wealth to come at a natural growth, not all at once. Because in life, the most important thing is not the final result, it's the journey to reach it. Some of us can hit the destination earlier or later. But the important thing is when you look in the mirror and you see the person you've become on the process for chasing your dreams, you like that person. Number 3, we must be diligent and do your research before making any investments. We've met a lot of people who always say the proper thing, but almost never have the intention to apply those things to life. If you really believe and try to implement the second general rule, do not run after fast riches automatically. You will have the desire to do the proper research before you invest your hard-earned money and save even harder. So if you disqualify your strategies, use this third general rule that will automatically disqualify the second general rule. Because in your strategies, you're always looking for places where you can YOLO your quick money for return. But do you know what YOLO means?
I love that word.
Do you know what it means, though?
I did. I learned it a couple months ago. You're throwing fast money away.
Well, it stands for you only live once.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of people, they get rich, so they want to throw their money everywhere and waste it. And, yoo-hoo, we only live once. But let's be clear. We have nothing against fast and big returns if those come with the result of a calculated move and great strategies. The reason why we're against YOLOing your money is without doing your homework, because even if this time will work for you, you gain your confidence to do it again with a larger amount of money, and then you lose it all. Number 4, we should take a prudent risk with our money. Our money is safe, but our retirement is ruined. Split your money and diversify your portfolio. Everyone wants to have their money safe, but if your money is in a safe location, it's guaranteed that they're in an environment that will not facilitate growth for your money to allow you to retire ever. You definitely need to put your money to work for you, but you also need to make sure that you have the money in a safe place when they can work for you and achieve the maximum productivity with the least injury possible. Number 5, we shall not allow greed or fear to ruin our hard work. There is perhaps no greater obstacle to building wealth than the emotions of fear or greed. This is the reason why we suggest to establish goals, create a plan, and follow that plan, and don't let the fear or greed obstruct you from implementing your plan. So we kind of hit on this earlier when I said like my main hard part is my fear, because I've never really invested in anything before. I've never done, financial things before. They don't teach you this stuff in school. So it's something that I really struggle with for sure.
And financial planners tell me this all the time. They get people come into their office and they ask them, well, where is your money currently? And they say, oh, I have it safe in a GIC. It's very safe there. Mm-hmm. But do you know what the interest rate on a GIC is?
No.
You're lucky if you get 1%. Mm-hmm. It's inflation is more than what you're earning. So in reality, your money's actually going backwards.
Yeah.
So that's what we mean by your money needs to be safe, but it can't be so safe that you're going backwards.
Like you stuck it in your mattress.
Yes. Or a GIC.
Yes.
A GIC is worse than, yeah. So it's safe in the bank, but you're not making any money. All right. Next is a fun story, but it also is a reason why we're saying it today. Okay. All right. So a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, so non-fungible token, just sold for $1.3 million on Saturday. Ooh. And the owner of the NFT is one of the world's most well-known celebrities. Take a guess. No?
I was going to say Kanye.
No, he's Canadian. No. The non-fungible token was bought by an OpenSea account called Justin Bieber's NFT.
Oh.
So the Beeb man and his Tim Horton Beeb.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
The Tim Biebs.
Tim Biebs.
But okay, so in this story, it says plural, right? So Justin Bieber's NFT. So does that mean he has more than one?
So
is my question.
It's believed to be owned by Justin Bieber. The account is the owner of several in-betweener NFTs, including the one that is the profile picture on Bieber on his Twitter. So
and it's a monkey, correct?
Well, this one that he bought is.
Oh, okay.
I don't think his pictures.
No.
The OpenSea account owns over 100 NFTs. The 500 Ethereum purchase was the 7th highest amount of the crypto paid for a Bored Ape, according to OpenSea. So, for those of you that don't understand, let me explain a little bit. And this is where I mean it's cool. So it's a fun story, but this is cool.
Cool.
Because you're an artist.
Yes.
And this is cool because this Bored Ape picture is a cartoon really of a monkey, and it's digital. But because of blockchain, the artist can hook up this to a blockchain so it can't be duplicated, and it's an original, authentic one. Yeah. And you can't lose it.
That's good for definitely like a painter artist or like a photographer.
Exactly. But you can do this with many different things.
Yeah, fair.
So you're right. There's a picture of a monkey.
Yeah.
That's cartoon and it's digital.
Yeah.
But he bought it for 500 Ethereum, which is $1.3 million.
Yeah, that's a lot.
At the current price of Ethereum. Yeah. So Biebs is into Ethereum, obviously, because he would have to have it to buy it.
Yeah.
And we're pretty sure it's him. It's his account. So, can't guarantee it.
But no.
Yeah. So even the Biebs, the Tim Biebs.
Even the Biebs is into the crypto.
And we talked about diversifying your revenues.
Yeah. Well, he's in donuts. He's in NFTs. What can't he do?
But this is also cool for artists because it's a way that they can legitimize their work. Yeah. But more importantly than that, this also means to me that, again, I've been preaching this on the channel, that crypto is coming mainstream. Yeah. And people need to understand that.
It's here to stay.
Yep. The governments are not going to chase it away. It's here to stay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. I promised you some things of wisdom. The 5 biggest money mistakes which will cost you immensely.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First one's for you. Oh. At age 20.
Maybe not for me.
You look 20. You look gorgeous. At the age of 20, the biggest mistake is to not start investing regularly.
But I do feel this one because, I know so many people who are my age and they bought houses back when they were 20.
Yeah.
And I regret it every day because, back when I was 20 years old, I could have got a nice house for, $200,000.
Yeah.
And now I can't even get one for that at all.
Exactly. So, folks, we preach it on this channel all the time. Start when you're young.
Yeah.
There's nothing like starting when you're young. It's the best advice you can do. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be $500 a month. But $50, $100 a month when you start young, time is what's so important.
I've seen ads for this really cool app that I've seen. I don't know. We'll have to see if it's legit or not. But it's called MyDough, and it's for kids nowadays.
Yep.
To have an online allowance, basically.
It is.
Yep. So I thought that was kind of cool.
I'm not sure if it's Canadian, but we could look into it.
Yeah, I think we should.
I think I've seen it advertised on Canadian channels, so maybe it is. All right. At age 30, not building a new income stream in addition to your regular one.
Yep.
So I didn't really understand this till I was very old. Now, you know me, I tried to have my farm.
Yes.
But that's a money pit, not a revenue stream.
Yes. No, it's a...
Okay.
You end up paying more money.
But I know you're on your way to do this.
I'm trying.
You're an artist.
I'm trying, yeah.
And Rachel has a new album out. So,
I do.
Find Rachel's album on Spotify and Apple Music.
3 years and a day.
Yeah, 3 years and a day. It's great music. I love it. I already have it. All right. Number 3, at age 40, the biggest mistake is not paying off your debts earlier. Wow, is that me?
Yeah, I'm working on that one.
I was doing the opposite. At 40, I was adding to my debt, buying tractors and new cars.
Yeah.
I did it all wrong, folks.
4-wheelers.
You rode on my
I did ride on your 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
And your horses.
Yes. Yeah, hay burners. I call horses hay burners.
Yeah, they definitely don't make money.
Yeah, but my girls loved it.
They
did.
did.
All right. At age 50, now we're getting up there. The huge mistake is not saving enough for retirement.
Yeah.
I'm actually 60, but that's me all over, right? So because I didn't do 1, 2, 3, and 4, now I'm into number 5.
You were going for 5 out of 5.
Yeah. So number 5, one of the biggest money mistakes is not understanding that managing your money, Mr. Fretz, is more important than making money.
But I totally get this one because I struggle with having to manage like when I get money in. So when I have an influx of money, I'm always like, oh, like I needed to buy this. I needed to buy new clothes for my daughter. She needed shoes and she needed a backpack. And then I end up with nothing left. And then I'm like, well, I did need that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not like I didn't need it, but I should have, put a little aside as well and thought about the moving forward in the future instead of just being like, oh gosh, I needed this. I need to go and spend it all everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, we've all tried.
Yes.
I sold Amway for a week.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, Rachel, you just made me so old.
Sorry. You took me by surprise with that one.
Do you know what multi-level marketing is?
No. It sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Yes.
Is that what you mean? Okay.
Well, but it's not really.
Okay.
It is a legitimate marketing thing, but it's like, you go buy soap and you sell it to your friends. So a $3 soap you can buy at Walmart. You bought it for $10, but because you buy it, 10 people above you got rich. So that's multi-level marketing.
I don't see where you make money in that.
Well,
did I miss
their
it?
marketing is very good, and you see the top guy in a yacht in a port.
Yes.
But you don't realize
so that is a pyramid scheme, yeah.
It's legal.
Well, I'm not saying it's not legal. I'm not saying it's not
legal. I got sucked in to sell Amway for a week, and then I realized this ain't going nowhere. But I was trying to get my other revenue streams.
Yeah,
right?
and you were trying to do number 2 and getting that new income.
Yep.
Yeah.
Number 3. Yeah, 30 years old, trying to get new revenue streams. All right. Now I also promise you another good one. 3 economic guarantees for 2022. Are you ready?
Yes.
These are my guarantees.
Is it going to make me money?
For 2022. Number 1, people are going to pay more for things.
We saw that one coming.
You did?
Yes. I saw it. We said last time.
So this is
last
in news?
Monday. Yeah.
Inflation is at an all-time high.
Yes.
So $1.50 for gas. Who would have ever thought that a year ago? Not even maybe, right?
Nope.
And we talked in another video about my bacon price.
Yes.
Bacon's 19% up.
Yeah, we don't even buy bacon anymore. It's bacon now.
Yeah, you told me that story too.
Bacon all
right, there you go, folks. There's my prediction for 2022. Number 2, debt loads will increase based on the cost of living. So yeah, if stuff is going up and your salary didn't, you're gonna have to put more stuff in debt, right?
Yep.
Unless you're listening to our channel, and that's a no, right?
Yep. I got a rent increase this year.
Yep.
I didn't last year, which was nice of my landlord, but this year I did get one. Yeah.
Number 3. Income will not increase to keep up with all of this.
Yes.
There's my 3 predictions for
Yeah.
2022.
Yes.
Now, you say you are a very dull, glum outlook man. But if you follow the channel, we're trying to help you to learn. Don't do like we did, and here's some ways that you can. Now, folks, as always, we are not financial advisors. Rachel and I do not have a license.
No.
This is just for fun, but we hope that you learn 1 or 2 things, you know, even if it's not how to do it, but don't do it like we did. All right. So there you go. There's my 3 predictions. All right. One more story here I'm really interested in. Again, lithium is the main component in electric vehicles because lithium is used in manufacturing the batteries. So it's estimated that in less than 5 years, the supply of lithium will not cover the global demand of lithium. And for that price, lithium will grow exponentially over the next 6 months.
And
over the last 6 months. So as they start to run out, the
Yeah.
price of lithium is going to start to skyrocket.
So we talked a bit about this already. Is lithium is a natural forming
Yes.
thing in the earth.
It's a mineral. Yeah.
It's a mineral, right?
So there are 2 kinds. There's hard kind of lithium. You can mine it, which Canada and the U.S. has. And then there's liquid lithium, which is in Australia. So yeah, there's 2 kinds of ways you can mine it.
Okay.
So yeah, but obviously there's just not enough as all these companies switch to electric cars and all the other gadgets that we have. You know? There's just not enough. So yeah, so it's Australia is the biggest supplier of lithium, producing 50% of the global production. Second place is Chile with 20%, and in third place is China with 17%. But China consumes more than 80% of that global production of lithium because that's where most of the batteries are made.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
However, Serbia is one of the largest reserves of lithium. But for now, the Serbian government refuses to give Australia the green light to go explore for it, which is an estimate will produce at full capacity. So when it's up and running, 58,000 tons of lithium per year.
Yeah, they're waiting for a good deal, I think. They want to get paid.
So there's a whole backstory to that. You can go research it a little bit. But yeah, so again, folks, we talk a lot on this channel about electric vehicles and stuff because Mr. Trudeau and his carbon tax and other governments around the world, they want to get away from these carbon-based vehicles. So as they make a push for it, you want to make some money, be in at the early stage. And there's nothing like scarcity to drive up a price. So if you have some company that own lithium stocks or mine it or something, which we have done in one of our videos.
Yeah.
We believe big in SLI, right? We have that in our Wealthsimple account ourselves. All right. So, but again, we're not advisors. Please do your own research.
Yes.
All right.
The average cost to produce a Tesla is just $36,000. In the last widely reported quarter of 2021, Tesla achieved the highest operating margin across all volume OEMs. So if you haven't looked at the Tesla Q4 and full year 2021 update, we're here to tell you there's a lot to unpack, if not weeks, but we're going to try and break it down a little bit for you. So information related to Tesla's vehicle production costs and operating margins should be getting more attention. For years, skeptics have argued that Tesla could never be profitable because electric vehicles are structurally unprofitable, because the batteries are too expensive, and the list goes on. One of the main reasons OEMs are dragging their feet with regard to electric vehicle adoption is the massive costs involved. Tesla also shared its COGS per vehicle dropped to around $36,000 in Q3 for 2021. COGS stands for cost of goods sold, and it includes all the costs and expenses directly related to the production of a product. It excludes things like overhead and sales and marketing. Though Tesla doesn't advertise like traditional OEMs, so we know it's saving money on that front as well. The electric automaker adds, we believe our current projects, including large castings, structural battery packs, 4,680 cells, and many others, should help us continue to minimize our production costs. Considering that starting prices of Tesla's current lineup in the US, the $36,000 figure is quite impressive. While the entry-level Model 3 Tesla is the least expensive vehicle, it starts at around $44,090. Prices rise pretty quickly after that. In fact, no other new Tesla vehicles sold today have a starting price under $50,000. The Model Y starts around $60,000, and the refreshed Model S and X start at $95,000 and $105,000 respectively.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
But that's pretty cool to me. Like already he has his cost down to $36,000, but he's selling them for $44,900.
Which relatively, that's not a very big margin if you think about
That's
it.
That's huge, I think.
Really?
10 grand per car? Well, not quite, but that's a lot because you know how fast those things come off the production line.
I don't know. I feel like my car doesn't cost a lot to make, and they
I don't
charge
know.
me a whole bunch.
I've heard that dealers only make like $2,000 on a car.
Really?
Now that's not what GM or Ford is making.
Yeah.
But the poor dealer, like, they actually expect to make more money through your loan.
Yeah.
Or selling you parts than they do through.
Well, because I do customer service sales, and when I tell you my bottom price, because everyone, when you go and buy a car, they're always like, "Oh, I'm not making any money on this. I'm just giving it to you."
Yeah.
But that's a lie.
Yeah, they wouldn't be doing it. Exactly. No. I know.
No one can make $0.
I mean, to me, that's huge. Like to have a brand new car with new production facilities, and his cost of doing business is already down that low. That's amazing.
And $44,000 for a new car isn't really that bad.
Yeah.
That's relatively affordable if you look at the gas guzzling trucks that are out there that cost like $66,000.
Hey, you're getting a little personal there, girl. You might be walking home tonight.
I would drive electric if I could, but not quite to my.
I hear you. Actually, if Toyota ever builds an electric Tundra, I'll be in line.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm a Toyota guy. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind trying one of these Teslas. I've never driven an electric car.
I would definitely like the one where it drives itself.
Yes.
That it would just be fun.
And you would sit in the back with a latte too.
Exactly. I'd just be like, well, take me to my house.
Okay. Home, James. Home, James. I can hear you already.
Yeah.
All right. You've heard of John Tesh with his Intelligence for Life?
Yeah.
Here's Intelligence for Life with Brad.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready. Hit me.
Number 1, learn the rules, play by the rules, but don't try to reinvent the rules. So, folks, on our channel, we've talked to you a lot about some books. And in the link in the description below, if you go down there, there's lots of good books down there about stuff that we talk about. And I maybe say it every week, but one of my favorite is The Wealthy Barber, because I read that when I was a younger guy. And that's actually what started me on my journey to learn about investing.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a good boss once who told me, Brad, you need to get into RSPs. I had no clue what they were. And he gave me that book, and I read it because it's a story.
Yeah.
So it teaches you about investing, but through a good story.
So a book for people who don't want to look at numbers.
C'est moi. If it ain't boring, I ain't reading it. If it's boring, I'm not going to read it. I'll get through a page and then fall asleep. So learn the rules and play by the rules, but don't try and reinvent them because they're there for a reason. The rule is 72 can't be broken.
No.
Yeah. All right, number 2. The difference between winning and losing is so little, it's scary. When was the last time you went to Sears?
Well, they're closed now.
They're gone.
But definitely within the last decade. I do know why.
Why?
I do know why. Because they refused to change.
Exactly.
They didn't want to roll with the times.
Yep. And have you heard of Justin Bieber buying an ETF for 1.3 million?
Yes, because we just did.
So
we talked to two lives ago. We talked about the gentleman with his NFT, which it was just his selfie.
So the between winning and losing is so little.
Yeah.
Now, those are big things. You know, like Sears is a great example of what not to do. Mm-hmm. And but even for us, if I would have kept the very first house I bought instead of trying to move up all the time, I'd probably be very rich today.
Yeah.
But in trying to keep up with the Joneses, I traded up, got a bigger mortgage. Oh, the kids need more room. Oh, when we invite friends over, it'd be nice to have a bigger backyard.
Yeah.
So, the difference between winning and losing is so small. Those little decisions that you make today, folks, are so important about your future because It's scary what that little margin is. Okay. Number 3, you got to make money by living below your means. If you ever want to be a millionaire, you can't live like a millionaire on your way there. And I've said it before. I love Warren Buffett and his story. He lived in that same little house, drove that same little car to work, even after he was a millionaire 4 or 5 times over.
But you know what? The people that I know that, have the most money around me or whatever, they're the most frugal people.
Yes, they are.
Because they know that they have to try and keep what they have instead of just spending it frivolously, like a rapper or whatever, buying ridiculously
and that's
extravagant
me.
things.
I did that.
Yeah.
I tried to live like a big rich pilot when I wasn't one.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot of money for show.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
So folks, it's not embarrassing to live within your means. You need to do that to be successful. So don't be ashamed of it. Rachel talked about it earlier. Just hunker down and live like you can. Yeah. Number 4, don't get down on yourself. Nobody's perfect. Learn and move on. Yeah. Well, I'm here doing a YouTube channel for that very reason. Right?
Yes.
I'm not afraid to tell people I did it wrong, but I'm trying to learn, trying to move on. So don't beat yourself up. Mm-hmm. Love life, be happy, but keep getting on with it, right?
Yep.
Number 5, capacity to give, the greater your personal success in business is.
Yes.
So lots of good stories here we could share, but I want to give you 2. Okay. So when I was a young manager, my boss, I was kind of known as a hard negotiator because I was trying to get more for us. For
you wanted more profit.
And my boss pulled me aside one day and he said, "You know why you've hit a wall?" He said, "People don't trust you anymore." Mm-hmm. And I was like shocked. I was like, "What?
What do you mean?"
I'm trying to do the best for our company. He goes, "Brad, when you negotiate, it has to be a win-win. Mm-hmm. You have to win and the other person has to win.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't work." Mm-hmm. So I switched and I was a lot more generous to people. And then, of course, when you start reading management books, you realize that if you treat your people well and have them have success, then they grow. And then, as always, if your employees are happy, your customers are happy.
I find a lot of businesses nowadays, though, like with social media, they try and fake it.
Yep.
They try and fake it and be like, Instagram pretty. And be like, I haven't had any returns or any, no one's quit in a year.
2 of the advertisements that drive me insane are Rogers and Bell. Mm. They have absolutely no idea of customer service. Yeah. Absolutely the worst. And then they try and pretend like they're this great company.
Yeah.
And I know they have a monopoly, but it doesn't excuse their customer service. Mm-hmm. Or the other one that drives me insane is when you call and the first thing, your call is important to us.
That means it's not.
And then you're on hold for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's your cue right there that it's not actually important.
If I could crawl through that phone and teach somebody something.
I've been doing customer service for like 15 years.
Do they track your wait time?
They don't, because we don't do a lot of phone calls. But I've learned at many of the places that I worked at that it means a whole lot more. If I answer the phone and I say, "Thank you for calling. It's Rachel speaking. Can you hold, please?" It goes a whole lot further than just like picking up and it goes to an automated thing.
Your call is important to us.
Exactly. Computer tell them.
Is your company growing?
My company now, yes.
Yep. All right. There you go. So be kind, be generous, and it'll help your business grow too. Number 6, the biggest majority of population don't understand what really happened. Mm-hmm. They don't even understand the fact that they don't understand what really happened. Mm-hmm. So that's a big one, I think, today for all the stuff that's going on. And I get a kick out of it when people post on Facebook, "Well, I did my research." Mm. I mean, we want you to do your research, but
you have to get it from the right sources.
You better go all the way and get it from the right place because unless you're reading scientific journals, or best practices management magazines, you're not getting it all. And I think so many people think that they're doing the right thing, but they have absolutely no clue. And that's one of the things. I mean, I know I was that way. Yeah. I didn't know what I didn't know. Right.
Well, it's tough to, especially like we're doing a news show here and I don't hide my bias at all, but it's really tough to be, a news producer or whatever and be completely biased. It's hard to hide your feelings in anything. So that can happen sometimes where you have, look at, CNN. That's a pretty biased company. You know what side they're on.
Yep. All right. Everything in life is a reflection of a choice you have made. If you want a different result, make a different choice. Mm-hmm. So we've all heard that saying. Insanity is the
definition of insanity.
Doing same thing, expecting a different result.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is so true for us financially too, that your life is a reflection of the choices you're making today. Mm-hmm. So make sure you make wise ones and get yourself educated, watch YouTube, read books, and get yourself an education. All right. Well, folks, I just want to remind you again, in the link to this description and below, there's lots of stuff there. We have the Shake Pay from Spotify app, all kinds of books that you can get experience in there and everything for us there too. So, hey, thanks a lot, YouTube, for being with us again on Monday. We appreciate you being with us. Keep it in the green, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.